So, hi, I'm Umbrageofsnow, and I'm playing Sunderved of the Mountain Vargath on the bottom half of the board.
And I'm Uncleeurope, and I'm going to be playing Sneeks of the Cave Goblins on the top half of the board.
And for some reason, we decided to limit ourselves to iOS units for this.
Because I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it'll be more interesting to people who play iOS, or maybe because I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Clingers are clingers are awesome.
I'm going to roll a die. Okay. I'm gonna go first. Because Berserker. I tried this last time I played this matchup, and it seemed to work okay. So I'm going to try it again.
This is a good way to trick you into doing matchups of the week.
Quite possibly. Berserker on the Warrior, and then the Rusher. Warrior, Rusher. Not the split that I wanted.
Or Rusher.
And
I,
I'm
Go
going to
ahead.
sly. I'm going to sly. With this guy. This guy. I'm going to do that. I like that. Okay.
Cool.
I'm done.
Yeah, I was debating the common split here, and the warrior rusher, um, which is better against cave goblins, was the thing that I couldn't decide on.
Yeah,
Common
I've
units.
always been more fond of rushers. They're just a
I
lot
agree.
more
I,
versatile.
I love rushers. I have to run a bunch of rushers in basically every Sunderved deck.
Yeah, the main like to if I were to build like a Mountain Vargath versus Cave Goblin deck, then I'd be looking towards like Storm Mages counter invincibility turns, like not too many, but enough to make Sneak scared. Because a lot of the times he likes to like come out with only 3-ish health on invincibility turns, and Storm Mages can be fatal. And also like rushers. I think those are like the most important commons, but I don't know.
Well, I put all of like 2 minutes of thought into this, and I'm not going to tell you what I decided, but let's just say that we think similarly.
Okay, well, good.
Similarly. Anyway,
Similarly.
need to learn those vocal exercises that people who actually talk use. Okay, so no summons, no events, resisting urge to suicidally charge in with Sunderved.
I
Um,
recommend it. I mean, how else are you going to be able to kill the berserker?
I mean, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to hit him, but I'll go this way. Ah, I'm selecting way too many units. So those moves, and Sunday can go first. So Sunderved versus Berserker, which is fatal. And I'll just enjoy soaking the 3 for Sneaks before he slides away. And
I want misses, just so you know. In case you were unaware, misses
I
is what I'm
wasn't
looking
sure
for.
how you felt about that. The warrior who is within the command range on the fighter. And that's fatal. And the warrior who is frenzied on the other fighter.
Not good enough.
Not enough misses for you.
Correct. Correct. I'm disappointed.
So I'm gonna build that, and I probably, yeah, I'll build those and go ahead.
That's fine.
Fine.
That's perfect. How's that?
You sure it wouldn't be more perfect with one more shuffle?
No, I'm not. But we're gonna make
Did
this work.
did Dot's dot get smaller?
I don't know. His dot has always been smaller on my screen than he says it is on his. It's just like here. This is what I use for his dot, and that is about the same size that I see it on my screen. And yes, that's about the size that he says it is, but I don't see that.
I think there was a dot in between those at one point, but maybe he always used this.
Okay, let's see what I'm doing. I'm gonna summon some stuffs. Yeah, my right click button is fighting against me. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna do that for first move, and then this, and then this. Not happy with the way this turned out though. Let's do this. Okay, yeah. Um. Okay. I'm going to use my slinger to attack your wounded warrior down there. Which, I mean, he doesn't care about aim all that much. So there's that. I'm now going to attack. Sneeks is going to attack the warrior.
Really? So why are you attacking the warrior? Because that surprises me.
Um, I don't know. In this matchup, I found because you have fall back, wounds on your summoner matter so little than board state, or so much less than board state. So
So you don't think you're going to be able to crowd me enough to
make your wounds on you matter.
negate fall back? I mean, excuse me, my. Hold on just a sec. Keep playing your turn.
Okay. So now I'm gonna attack your warrior with the slinger up there, which is a wound, and then I'm going to not build anything. I'm just going to pass it to him when he gets back. Oh, I should sly.
I'm back.
Sly. Oh, hello.
I should turn my phone off for these because I got a very important message for all senior citizens.
That is important.
I don't know why I'm on the AARP's call list, but I don't care.
For senior citizens?
Yes.
I am in an awkward situation with sneaks and sly targets. I want to be able to use sneaks next turn, so the slinger and fighter that are back there are not helpful. And if I put it to the person in front of the wall, then your brute can really mess me up.
I mean, I know what I would do, but my call would be to sly the slinger that's behind the other slinger.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can still come out, and I'm probably going to have some commons in that range next turn.
Yeah.
But, or even the frontmost slinger would be a little closer, and I'm not going to be able to. I'm, pointing at the screen with my fingers, which I'm sure helps.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because of that. I'm just gonna stay there and see how this works. Your turn.
Okay.
Don't hurt me too much. That is my only request.
I'm going to try to hurt you as much as possible. But fortunately, my deck is cooperating with you.
Fantastic, fantastic.
So... Oh, I just realized something. I'm a complete idiot.
Are your cards face down?
Yeah. I wasn't
Cool.
flipping my cards in the hand.
Cool. This is a great test video.
I will do that now. It's still, it's still probably worth putting up, but maybe labeling it as like video 0 or 0.2.
Yes, this is obviously a test video, people. This is a test video.
Yeah, so they couldn't see what I built last turn, but they will see some of it now. Anyway, I'm going to summon a Storm Mage. And last turn, I built some Rushers.
Cool.
I also... Yeah. I'll just spoil it. I also built a muster last turn.
Nice. Yeah, Muster has been. I've been. I'm just gonna say this. I've been playing ad hoc in this matchup a lot, and not doing too well as Sneeks. That was one of the reasons that I wanted to try only app units. And Muster has been a lot more influential in this matchup, I feel like, than in a lot of other ones. I don't know whether or not that's true, just has been feeling like that with me as I've been playing this matchup more.
Um, so I guess I'm gonna put an awkward wall somewhere on the board. I'm thinking like here, so that if you, yeah,
Early wall does not make me happy, but I'm not too upset with where you are placing it.
Dot says, I just looked back at the game and see both summoners next to each other, unwounded with no units around. This is a battle, not a polite social gathering.
Yeah, we don't really have to attack each other. We just wanted to both be in the middle of the battlefield.
I feel like this is surprisingly common in games between the two of us.
Yeah, just sending our summoners into the middle of the fight, not necessarily to do anything important, but just to be there.
Yeah, this is not the first time this has happened, nor will it be the last.
Sadly true.
Um,
Okay, so
I
Storm
don't know.
Mages did make the cut.
Yep, I did keep some Storm Mages in. I don't know what I'm doing with this Brute or the Warrior, but the Brute needs to be a little farther forward, I think. And this Warrior is just asking to be injured, so
You kind
I
of
mean
want to
I
put
don't.
him in the place that makes it harder for me to spend time and deal with him. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, or you can just save him. I guess
I
you
was
already have your
thinking
three
I would either
attacks, so
save him or I would run him forward into the corner. Actually, I'm probably happier running him into the corner.
that way if I sly away, then he can be annoying.
Yeah, or you waste time killing him somewhere awkward.
Exactly.
So, anyway, uh, first, the most surprising thing I'm going to do, which is to call lightning down on Sneaks.
That seems aggressive. I thought that we were friends here.
And then Sunderved versus Sneaks for some summoner on summoner violence.
See, that's not good. I don't approve of that. That's not cool.
I've only played this matchup. I played this matchup against Sydenham like 2 or 3 years ago. And Brute versus the guy that the Brute can attack.
Well, I'm thinking that this is going to be a graciously short game. That's what I'm thinking.
That's a good thing about a test video.
That's
Um,
that's true.
and then I'm gonna build just one. So go ahead.
Okay. Hmm. Not too happy with that. Okay, we're gonna put him out there, and then see at this point.
Sydenham
Oh
crushed me. Oh, go ahead.
no, go for it.
Sydenham crushed me in this matchup. I was Sunderved, he was Sneaks, and this was like I said 2 or 3 years ago. But that was one of the first times I really experienced how crowdy Sneaks can get. And I just couldn't do anything. I couldn't fall back. I couldn't summon anything. It was terrible. I also have realized some things about wall placement in this matchup that I'm hopefully remembering.
I'm
Anyway, so you've got
throwing
the
down the
combo.
combo. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to first and foremost slinger to the brute for a total of 4 dice. He is dead.
Poor Brute.
Um. Now I'm going to do slinger to the wall 4 dice. These guys are on point. And then I'm going to attack Sunderved. Our it is close. Yeah, I'll attack Sunderved for
I
3.
agree with that. I think the Storm Mage is, I don't know. You're gonna have to sly away either
What
way.
was the? I was going between the wall or Sunderved.
I think Sunderved is absolutely the right move.
And then the fighter is going to attack the Storm Mage, and then the wall. That worked out okay. Now I just have to worry about Torridon, I think. And quite possibly Quinn, depending on where I sly to.
And depending on my deck build.
Correct. I'm going to expect you to run Quinn because Quinn is fun and seems intuitive that she can kill goblins quickly. So I feel like I have to run really far away where you have a assassin warrior waiting for me.
That turned out to be a good move.
I am not enjoying my hand. But this is fine. Your turn.
So what was the champ lineup that you were facing on iOS?
Luca, Belor, Torridon.
Huh. Luca really surprises me in this matchup. Spoiler alert.
Say it again.
I mean, just
I
like
missed what you said.
Luca really surprises me in this matchup because she just buffs the slingers.
Yeah, but she also stops the combo and Sly, which ends up being extremely significant.
Okay.
Slingers being able to hit on 3 doesn't matter, especially since Mook is on the field by the time that Luca comes out a lot of the time as well. So Luca becomes really, really annoying because a lot of the tricks that I have at my disposal just are thrown away.
Well, I don't have. One, two, one, two. Yeah, I have no hope of killing you this turn. So that works anyway.
Do you not have a brute?
I do not.
Oh, well, there it is. If you had a brute and like greater planning, then I could be dead. That's all it takes, man.
I do have things to do, but they don't involve, brooding any champions at you. So, one attack is going to be on Sneeks, one is on Sunderved. So, I'm going to summon a Rusher.
Hello.
And, I guess just have a really boring turn, maybe. So I'm going to do this and nothing else. So, Warrior on Sneaks, getting through your Goblin Invincibility that you didn't play. And Sunderved smashing the Fighter.
Almost.
Almost failing to do that. And the Rusher on the other fighter.
Not a fan of that.
I am not going to build anything like an idiot. And go ahead.
How many cards are in your hand?
4.
Interesting. Okay. Not
I'm probably
completely.
going to regret this. This is one of those things that I suspect should be a don't take this as a lesson that you should follow. To people who watch this one day and laugh at us.
Okay. My hand is great, by the way, in case you wanted to know. Yep. Actually, it is good. It's not a hand that I want for this turn, but if I think about it, it is probably the hand I want for long term. Read what you will into that. Okay.
So you just need to miss the Warrior.
I'm going to Slinger at the Rusher. Fantastic. I'm going to attack the warrior. Fantastic. And then I'm going to slinger at the wall. Fantastic. Fighter's going to attack the rusher. And then I'm going to build magic. And end my turn.
No Sly. Yeah, I guess it doesn't make sense. Yeah. I think you should Sly right up next to Sunderved. Like one of those slingers.
Yeah, there are a few places that I could Sly to, and all of them are bad. So I decided to skip that part of my turn.
I don't know how I could possibly wound you if you slide to any of your other units.
Yeah, I mean, it seems unlikely. I might be playing it too safe at this point.
I guess I'm going to. Huh.
I believe.
Well, I'm summoning something. Oh, I'm showing the cards that I drew
That's
because
a good
I
call.
haven't learned this yet. And then I'm going to summon a Storm Mage because I lack units that I would rather summon there. This isn't really the intended usage of Storm Mages.
You mean using their attack value?
Yeah,
I mean, they have it for a reason, right?
I guess. I don't remember the last time I've had to use one for their attack value.
It'd be
Like,
interesting if
Storm
they had
Mages
zero
might as well
attack.
say precise dies after one turn.
Yeah.
Um,
It'd be cool
but
if they had zero attack.
how many Storm Mages am I running is
That'd
another
be
important
interesting.
question.
Would
I
it
don't
warrant-
remember the answer to that question. So
Just one.
yeah. Um, I guess I'm gonna move this Storm Mage up here, Sunday up here, and not use 3 attacks this turn. So this way I don't have to roll any dice for the Storm Mage, and I can keep on my streak. So Sunderved against the Slinger to the right.
Not what I wanted to see there. That is not cool, man.
And Rusher against the other Slinger.
Yep. It is not looking good for me. That is
And
true. It's not.
I am debating, so I've got 4 cards in hand, and this is a difficult build decision where my instincts tell me, my brain tells me that I should probably just pick one of these things to build. And my heart tells me, / the other part of my brain, that I'm going to need all of these things soon and I should just hold on to them and hope I draw what I need in one card.
Just
But
build
the
it
author-
all. Magic is better than cards.
Yeah, so I think, given the situation, I'm going to make what feels like, but probably isn't, a very questionable build decision. Build one, and you can go ahead.
I love how the encoded talking sounds like a lot sappier than I think it was intended to sound.
Yeah, I'm, the heart wants what the heart wants, but I loved that card so much I had to let it go to the magic pile.
It's the truth. Sometimes you have to make the hard decision. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna be happy with it, but it doesn't matter. And
So now you missed the Storm Mage, right?
okay, I'm gonna do this. Okay.
Goblin Rage and Goblin Invincibility. I'm thinking we ought to call out our event names, seeing as it's going to be hard for people on the video to read that quickly.
Good call. Good call. So yeah, I'm playing Rage, hopefully to secure the Rusher's demise, as well as maybe poke Sunderved some more. That is the thought. Don't think it's the right call. Actually, I'm pretty confident that some kind of mistake was made there, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna run because running is what goblins do.
And this is going to make me wish I was drawing a Brute.
Correct. Correct. But I mean, yeah, I'm not entirely sure if this or this is safer.
Well, let's see. If I got a brute and Quen, which is what you really have to worry about in these situations,
Yeah. Well,
does it matter?
if you have muster, you can do the same thing from the right side there. So
That's true as well.
it's I'm not. This is probably the smarter thing to do, but it can lead to an equal amount of pain from me. And you only need a brute here too, because you can do the same thing with Sunderved. I mean, I do have invincibility on, so I think I'm going to stick with this.
I mean, it's almost like Muster exists so that Sunderved can go really far forward and be obnoxious on the other guy's side of the board.
Yep, it turns him into a temporary wall. Okay,
Or a
so I'm
temporary corpse swarm.
that as well. Slinger is going to attack the rusher, and then it's going to attack the wall. That counts as a hit because task mastering. I'm then going to attack Sunderved, or wait, I guess I should do Mook first since turn order stuff. Mook
Yep.
is going to attack the Storm Mage. Fantastic, that's what we pay you for, Mook. And then I'm going to attack Sunderved twice. Fantastic. Okay, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to draw extremely helpful cards. And I said it before I drew them, but that was actually sarcastic. The sarcasm was entirely correct.
Good, good. I approve.
So you are invincible this turn.
That I am. I have the hardened skin that dark magic allows.
So I guess um you've blown two of your rages,
That is true.
one horde attack.
I would like to think in my heart that they were used successfully.
Well, the
I,
point is that there's only one left. And I find with Sneeks, counting his events is like one of the most important things when playing against him.
yeah.
And now I'm saying this, I'm going to make a fatal error at some point based on miscounting what events you've used. But
You can always, discard pile search if you panic.
it's true. So I'm just doing this,
Seems
and
like a
then
relatively solid play.
I'm going to put 4 wounds on Mook.
And then now, all that I ask is that you miss the fighter. That's it. That's all I want.
And then I'm going to attack the fighter.
Invincibility reigns true. It is the boss.
And I missed. So now I'm going to build these extremely helpful cards that I just drew.
And I think I may just win the game here.
Yep, and yeah. So
I'm
try
gonna
to
draw
win.
cards. Okay, let's see this happen. This is pretty okay? Question mark? Yeah, I like this a lot. Okay, so we are going to summon the man himself. And then we're going to play the Horde Attack. Oh, and we probably should pay for the man himself. There we go. And now we have a Horde Attack in play. Okay, and then I'm going to move. I'm going to go something like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and then I'm going to Mook against Storm Mage. Oh, that is very bad. That is very bad. Okay, and then I'm going to put a card under Blarf. And Blarf is going to attack Sunderved. That is two
That's
wounds.
annoying.
And then
I'm not.
Slinger is going to attack Sunderved. And that is good game. That is good game.
Good game. Oh, that game makes me want to blarf.
I see what you did there.
So I've got two superior plantings in my hand, and I was thinking. And I built fall back, which is what I was regretting.
Was
With
it
the
in
thought
your
that
magic pile?
yeah, I
Was
built
it
it to magic because I was holding too many cards.
Oh, but was it in your magic pile last turn? I just checked though. No, it's not. You could have
Yeah,
pulled it.
it's in the magic.
I'm just
I
questioning why you didn't superior planning it.
Because I don't know. That's what I'm regretting. That's why I'm bringing this up right now.
Yeah.
I'm bringing this up as a regret I'm having about the game. That I probably should have fallen back. That does feel like a quintessentially us game
Very much so.
with the stupid board position at the end.
Yeah, this has oh yeah, and yeah, my hand by the way, I had Eater, Rush, and Horde Attack. So I
I
mean
could
that
not to blame any of this on luck because to adopt a Dominion phrase, we make our own shuffle luck. But I could not draw commons or champions. I was just too many events, not enough units. And maybe I should have built more of the events. I probably should have. Like I could have built the fallback a turn earlier. I don't know. I'm not sure how much of this is me being out of practice. How much is me not liking to build either superior planning or fallback in this matchup, and how much is just whatever.
and as per usual, I drew pretty above average. I mean, this one seemed a lot more average than above average, but my draws with cave goblins always seem to go in my favor.
So are we going to play another one of these, or should we just spoil our decks outright? I'm okay
Uh,
with just telling you what's in my deck, and we can discuss that or not.
yeah, I don't think spoiling the deck will matter that much. No.
Okay. So you were entirely right about my champ lineup. I'm running Quen and Tordin and Belor.
Yep. That's
So
that's about what I would do. I think
yeah, and I
that's actually my
think
standard. That's my no. It isn't. That isn't my standard. I don't do Tordin. I do Groudon instead for my
I
standard deck.
I always run Groudon instead of Belor. So I usually do Groudon, Quen, and Tordin, just the base set. But and my commons are, I think in the draw pile I've got like 4 Storm Mages, 5 Rushers, and 5 Wardens. I did not draw a single Warden, and I throughout the game have been feeling like there was never a point where I wish I had a Warden.
Yeah,
So
wardens are
I was
weird.
beginning to use Warriors instead of Wardens. And I went with the Warden at the last minute because I was thinking his defensive stuff might help against some of the big combo turns, but you get a lot of small attacks there.
That's true.
So it doesn't really help on the attack and attack again kind of dice. Although everyone getting extra dice, it certainly helps on, which was my thought. Plus, they're just kind of durable.
My champ lineup, as I think you probably already know, is the base set for this matchup. My standard is Mook, Blarf, and Crag, but I decided to put Eater in to deal with some of the 3 health
Some of the Wardens and whatnot.
shenanigans, brutes and wardens. I knew were both concerning to me, and I mean none of your units have only 1 health, so this guy I thought could help me fight through that.
Yeah, so the way this matchup played out, I kind of think I always had an abundance of magic, which is kind of true against the cave goblins in general. So I kind of think running storm mages, brutes, and rushers is probably ideal, and that's basically my standard common lineup. So part of the reason I tried the Wardens, honestly, was I wanted to do something different because Brutes, Rushers, and Storm Mages with Quen and Torridon is like my every Sunderved deck for
Indeed.
me.
Yeah.
So
The only thing I changed from this deck is I took out two climbers. I normally have five, so I only have three in this deck, and I took out Crag for Eater. That's all the difference that I made from my standard Cave Goblin
I
setup.
can't help but wonder if the Wardens would have mattered more if you'd drawn your walls, though, because if you were setting up a place to hide behind the walls and I had to kind of march around them once Sneeks got hurt, Wardens might have been a lot more useful there. Of course, Brutes are also useful in that situation, but
So I am unaware of how long we should do post game talk.
probably we're running a little long on this and we should just shut up. I like Tao says, I feel like Eater plus Blarf leaves a lot of leftover magic at the end of games. Makes
I
me feel like I
agree.
manage my resources poorly. And I agree with that as well.
Yeah.
Um, it,
I do not like Eater in decks, as I've talked to you about before. I don't like Eater in decks, and every time I put him in something, it seems like I'm wasting resources. And the amount of times that I've just had to discard the guy because, like, well, here, let me say it like this. My Cave Goblin deck that I run standardly does pretty well in the in-game scenarios. It does, like, a lot of pushing with Sneeks, Mook, and Blarf, and commons, and even when they start taking out the commons, I can still do lots of damage with them. But Eater is really strong early game and falls off late game.
I do
Pretty.
want to point out that Sneaks almost always has a ton of magic left over at the end anyway. Like, if you get into an endgame scenario and Sneaks drawing his whole draw pile is pretty common. Like, if the game isn't over, you're kind of losing, but you draw through your pile pretty quick.
My next two cards were both walls, by the way.
And with all the zero costs and everything else, I don't
Yeah,
know. I tend to go a little more assassiny and not worry about having a bunch of magic because that just happens.
um, and I always run some climbers just because again, an end game scenario, if I have some of that extra magic and my event cards are gone, climbers are way better than other units. Just because, I mean, they're a one attack ranged unit that can hit, and since my event cards are gone at that point, there's no reason to not have climbers. And so if I draw them early game, I build them, and if it's near the end of the game, I hold on to them for whenever I get magic to actually be able to use something with that magic that is successful.
Yeah. So that's our test video.